every single facet of our social, political, and cultural life in this country. I mean, it is pervasive, whether it's them censoring song lyrics because they're the world's largest seller of music, to all kinds of things. Next, I'd like to invite Reverend Eric Lee from SCLC to talk about how Wal-Mart does affect every single facet of our lives. Reverend, come on up here.
If their stories were not compelling enough to convince us to take on the largest retailer in the world, I don't know what else could be said. And, you know, the struggle, because everybody here, the world is here. You represent every industry. But the struggle is that Walmart will come into communities that have high unemployment and need affordable products and leverage that to their bottom line. We know that they make, I think it's $408
billion.
$408 billion. And we know that that profit comes from oppressive labor tactics around the world, slave labor. Not only around the world, but right here in our own backyard. And they use that profit to push an agenda of oppression and racism and discrimination right here in the United States of America. Everyone is familiar, after the Trayvon Martin killing, with Walmart's affiliation with ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council, and their conservative agenda, not just with stand your ground laws, not just with voter ID suppression efforts, but with immigration reform, with the elimination of benefits. There is an assault, an attack on the civil liberties of American people right here in this country. And Walmart is at the forefront of pushing that conservative agenda. And so it is absolutely critical that we come together as working class people to fight against the largest retailer in this country, because they are setting the standard for an agenda that will destroy our very livelihoods. Mm-hmm. And the struggle is understanding their far-reaching agenda that is masked by roll back your prices. And she was right. When she asked the question, who shops at Walmart? And we all say, none of us here. Who did? We have all been there at one time or another. And so the challenge is not just fighting against Walmart, but convincing our constituency how to make Walmart change. And I know it's a struggle. It's a struggle within my own family. And so, you know, how do you tell someone who's below the poverty line that they can't go in and get the most affordable products that are in their community? How do you tell an 18-year-old kid who can't find a job when Walmart is the largest employer in many of our cities, that you can't go work there. And so our responsibility is not only to, see, all of us in here are activists. But our activism needs to engage our families, our friends, and our neighborhoods to help them understand how supporting Walmart is supporting a conservative agenda that will destroy the fabric of American society. And so what we need to do, it's not good enough for us as activists, as labor union, to stand here and say, no Walmart, no Walmart. We need to engage everybody in our circle of influence to persuade them to challenge Walmart on their unfair labor practices, to challenge Walmart on their conservative agenda, and to make them be responsible corporate citizens. Now the question is, how do we do that? I mean, because as we're organizing, Mother Cruz will tell you, many of the organizations, activist organizations that she reaches out to, are challenged with this June 30th rally because much of their constituency shop at Walmart. Mm-hmm. So our obligation, our responsibility is to educate people on who Walmart is and what they do. And then once we educate, then we can organize. And it's absolutely imperative that we inform people that Walmart makes $400 billion in slave labor. They make $400 billion to push a conservative agenda and take the benefits away from working class people. They make $400 billion to push a conservative agenda that is destroying and denying the civil liberties that we have all fought for. Now, you may not stop them from going to Walmart, but we have to place that consciousness in their mind so at least when they go, they're going to have some kind of a struggle, some conflict. And then we can organize. And then once we organize, we mobilize. And once we mobilize, then we continue to agitate, confront this giant. Because we cannot transform Walmart or transform our society unless we start at the bottom, which is educating everybody. So you have to leave here today. This is not about a rally. This is about taking our country back from a corporate interest that would rather see each and every one of us operate in poverty. And I'm going to tell you, the struggle for me within the African American community is that just because stand your ground laws don't operate here in California, and just because they're not doing voter ID suppression here, making the connection with in the African American community between Walmart's efforts around the country and the affordable prices that they have here has been very difficult. And so we need each and every labor union, we need each and every activist to come to the table with as many people as you can, but the message has to be resounding and clear that we're not just fighting Walmart, we're fighting a system that is seeking to destroy everything that we fought for the last 100 years. And so if their stories are not compelling enough, I have no idea what will be. But each and every one of us have to lock arms and walk shoulder to shoulder and be ready to engage in a warfare against this giant, because they affect everything from the shipping industry and the transportation industry to the communications industry and retail to food. Everything is affected by Walmart because they are so large at $408 billion that they can dictate the prices that impact all of our jobs. And so the fight is bigger than just Walmart. It's really about our very existence here in America. And so I encourage you. Here's one last thing I want to say. Walmart is so strategic. They got Michelle Obama. They hoodwinked her into supporting this food desert concept. And I don't even think she knows what she was doing when she did that. They are so strategic, they get high-profile African Americans and put them on the payroll because they do not, and I don't know if these high-profile African American leaders, I can't say that they don't know Walmart's practices, but we haven't told the story that they need to hear. Walmart has been very effective in communicating their story. We have to be more effective in communicating our story. So we stand together on this. And we have to be bold and courageous and daring and willing to sacrifice our little comfort zone so that we can change what's going on in our communities. All right.
Cool. Thank you.